here. Kmart is here. Jess is going to smash something today. I don't know what. And those guys. We're all in. We're all ready to go. And we begin with the World Series game. The game was in the clubhouse for Freddie freaking Freeman and the Dodgers.
Put the brooms away.
That's what they're calling him here, but I cleaned that one up. Dodgers looking for a sweep, and it's Freeman in the first inning again. You've got to be kidding.
And this is exactly what we talked about, and it felt like, okay, here come the Dodgers, here come the sweep. Freddie Freeman silencing the crowd again. This one was a slider. It got out so quick, Greeny, before he was even out of the batter's box.
And before anyone was in their seats, it was 2-0. And then speaking of people in their seats, here's the play that they were just showing you on SportsCenter, Jess. It's ridiculous.
No, and this made me so mad. I get it. Fan interference is going to happen, but the purposeful, you see Mookie Betts there. I think what makes me so mad is can you imagine if he gets hurt? I mean, you're trying to take his glove off? You're going to take the ball out? What are we doing?
And the other guy's holding his other hand back. Disgraceful, no other word for it. They were ejected, fan interference. I love how they're arguing they shouldn't be thrown out. But anyway, everything is going the Dodgers' way. The series seems completely over. And then in the bottom of the third, with the bases loaded, everything changed.
The kid that grew up wanting to be a Yankee. I mean, a grand slam, and it just completely changed. Not just, of course, the momentum, but also just the fact that someone else, not Soto, not Stanton, came up with the biggest hit of his life in the World Series.
He's the youngest Yankee with a grand slam in a World Series since Mickey Mantle in 1953. Meanwhile, the Yankees needed insurance, and they got some from Austin Wells.
Well, hello, Austin Wells. Welcome to the party. He had a double earlier off the wall. These are the bats that were so quiet. It's like 98 miles an hour, by the way, above the zone out of the park.
Yanks are up 7-4. They needed to put it away, and they did. Torres.
Now, this home run, Greeny, was everything, because what this did was allowed more runs to bring Aaron Boone to bring out his closer, Luke Weaver, not have him be in the game anymore. That was the biggest thing after that Torres home run.
It enables him to pitch tonight. And then even Aaron Judge, who's been ice cold, got in on the action. And so all said and done, Yanks win it 11-4. They live to fight another night. That night will be tonight. 3-1 Dodgers. Aaron, talk to me.
We just know what's at stake. We're playing for our lives, so it really doesn't matter what happens. We just got to continue to play our game, like I told you guys yesterday. Just focus on what we can do, and we'll be where we want to be.
Well, those of us who've been around a while have spoken these words before. The Yankees shortstop came up big in a World Series. It's not Derek Jeter. Now it's Anthony Volpe.
Anthony Volpe, I think the thing is the fact that he dreamed to be in this moment. I mean, he had those moments in the backyard wanting to do it. But the fact was, it wasn't just the grand slam. I mean, he showed it off with the glove, Greeny. He showed it off with the speed. This moment, though, I mean, bases loaded, and it really felt like the Dodgers were going to take another win. And those Yankee fans you see yelling and screaming and going absolutely crazy, they were sitting in their seats, not even saying a word until this moment changed the whole complexity of the game.
Well, you heard so many of the Yankees, and here's Volpe doing it, as you see, with the leather as well as the lumber. They always, when you're down, and baseball teams are down, they always say, well, it just takes one moment, one swing. Maybe that's the swing. That certainly changed the momentum of everything last night. And then Aaron Judge had one swing in the in the eighth inning, with the RBI single. Could that be enough to get him going, because he's just been so bad?
Greeny, what got him going was the fact that other guys were stepping up. I mean, the biggest thing that I've noticed, even talking to Aaron Judge, is he knows the whole entire team is on his back. When they're losing games, it has been him. Shoot, that's all we've been talking about, right? Where is the bat of Aaron Judge? He's aware of that. My biggest thing with this game, he did not have one swing and miss. He took the pitches. What were we talking about yesterday? How he did not swing at a pitch in the zone. He had walks. He was able to take pitches so he could get the pitch in the zone. But when he got his hit, it was after they scored all those runs from all these other guys in the line. We can pull up A19 and the graphic.
Oh, we're calling for a graphic now.
And show the fact that 7, 8, 9 hitters. I mean, 4 for 34. This is why everyone else feeling the pressure. How about 5 for 10? 7 of the 11 RBIs came from the bottom dudes in the order.
No, it's a point very well made. I would like to say, and Jeff Saturdays now seems to have started this. Other people are calling for graphics here. We're going to have a meeting, because I'm not sure I'm 100%. I mean, I'm the one who should be calling for the graphics. But okay. Anyway, Jessica's going to break down Anthony Volpe later in this hour. You won't want to miss it. Much more World Series as we go. But to huge football news from yesterday as well. Let's run the hurry up. Get me kick-up call. Anthony Volpe, the New York kid.
Bases loaded, 2 out. Breaks a ball, deep left field. Volpe with redemption. Perfect place, perfect time, just what they needed. It's a grand slam. A jolt through the stadium and through this series.
So it's Anthony Volpe, now the youngest player, or the youngest Yankee since Mickey Mantle to hit a grand slam in the World Series. He also had multiple steals. The Manhattan native became just the 3rd player in World Series history to homer in a multi-steal game. You see the names on your screen. In fact, it's the only instance of these 3 with a grand slam. So there's a lot of enthusiasm amongst the New Yorkers for Anthony Volpe getting it done. And Jess Mendoza is going to show us all the different ways he went about winning this game.
You're showing off all the skills. And this is when you know Anthony Volpe. If you're a Yankee fan, you understand the skills. But he put them on display in one game, a big game. I mean, they lose this game, they're done for the season. And my biggest thing was his approach at the plate. I mean, he was 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts leading up to this at bat. You're talking about a slide piece down in the zone at the knees. He takes this. I mean, look at this stadium. I cannot emphasize calling this game how it turned this entire series, not just the game. Anthony Volpe. Plus, you think about his speed, what he was able to do facilitating a double. I mean, he manufactured a run here in the 8th, and this was a critical run. So this is a base hit. Look at Teoscar Hernandez kind of taking his time. What does Volpe do? Oh, I'm taking 2 on you, big boy. Able to get into second base, actually used his shoulder to get into that bag, and then immediately steals 3rd, gets home. So just on what was a single, Greeny, gets second base, steals 3rd, go ahead and bring me home, and just the base running and the speed. But watch the D. This is, by the way, why he's in the lineup. When you talk about Anthony Volpe, it's like, it's not the bat. It's this. It's the D. It's the absolute ability to make plays at the toughest position on the field. He was showing that off left and right. Go back knee to throw out so many different runners. And we talked about the Dodgers offense.
Yeah.
He was able to keep them off the base paths, but then he also had it with the bat, the speed, all the tools.
He grew up uptown in Manhattan, dreaming of being a Yankee someday. He was at the 2009 World Series parade, and now here he is trying to keep their season alive, or keeping it alive last night. I want to make an analogy. The most recent NBA Finals, we saw the Celtics take a 3-0 lead on the Mavericks. Dallas won huge in Game 4, but it didn't in any way feel like they had gotten back into the series, as though they were a real threat to win it. Does it feel different here? Does it feel like the Yankees have now actually played their way back in and are a threat to come all the way back and at least make this a 6 or 7 game series?
Yes, because they got Garrett Cole on the mound. And you know exactly what Game 5, and it's in New York City. I mean, it's not just, oh, they finally won a game. This became a series, and we remember the first 2 games were easy for the Dodgers to win.
Right.
I mean, walk-off home run, extra innings, but everyone felt like, oh, man, the Dodgers are so dominant. Yankees showed. I mean, they kicked their tail. They showed exactly what they can do when all the things are working. Now they got their dude on the mound. The offense has finally woke up. And guess what? Aaron Judge got a hit, too.
Yeah, that could wind up being the biggest thing of them all. All right, Jess is going to smash some stuff for us a little later in the morning, so you'll want to stay around for that. Plus, come back at it once again, and you see we have a jam-packed today, as usual. We thank you for being with us. Hawk is here, and Kmart. Jess is smashing things. These guys are here as well. And the thing that you were telling me, what was it? The Yankees, you went out to the ballpark yesterday. What did everyone want to talk about?
Talking about pancakes. They're like, we can get pancakes here. We want to see you hit.
Let's go.
Like, their season's on the line. They're about to lose. And I'm like, are they going to be grim? Like, what's happening? And they're talking about Jeff Saturday pancakes.
Look, we loosened them up, right? They went into the game thinking that way, one way or another. I was just saying to the group, if we can start your day with a smile on your face, we have done our job. We are live about the Heineken River Deck at Pier 17, and here we go. The Yankees live to fight another night in Game 4 last night. Jess, Dodgers looking for the sweep, and it starts out the way each of the first 3 games of this series had begun. Freddie Freeman in the first.
I mean, this sign says it all, right? I mean, this has been his jam. By the way, this is a backdoor slider that didn't get all the way to the front door, by the way, and Freddie Freeman again silenced the crowd. You're talking 15 pitches in, and now the Yankees are sitting back down going, here we go again.
He's the only player ever to homer in the first 4 games of a World Series. Now, every World Series needs a crazy moment. Here's this one.
This one made me so mad. I wanted to go down there and punch this fan. I mean, are you kidding me? Give me the bat, because look at this. It's not just interference. He tries to take his glove off, tries to take a ball out.
This is how desperate we are.
Look at the other guy.
Oh! Come on. I mean, that is just...
Then they try to argue getting ejected, which is hilarious unto itself. One way or another, absolutely everything going the Dodgers' way. And then the third inning, the bases are loaded, and here came Anthony Volpe.
He was 1 for 12, 7 Ks. He gets a slide piece down at the knees that he drives out. So quick, his change, not just the game, but the series for the Yankees. They needed someone besides Soto or Stanton to do it. And how about the kid that grew up rooting for the Yankees?
He's the youngest Yankee with a grand slam in a World Series since Mickey Mantle. It's 5-4 in the sixth, and then Austin Wells.
Oh, hello, Austin Wells. Welcome to the World Series. 96 miles an hour, by the way, above the strike zone. He had doubled off the wall his at-bat prior. We're talking the bottom of the order getting it done.
That made it 6-4. It was 7-4 in the eighth. 2 on, 1 out. Gleyber Torres closed the door.
This was huge. This was the nail in the coffin. This allowed Aaron Boone to be able to now sit down his big dogs in the bullpen, save them for tonight in Game 5 because the Gleyber Torres is home.
And 2 batters later, even the struggling Aaron Judge got into the act. Maybe this will warm him up as he drives in a run. His first RBI of this World Series. Yankees win it 11-4, so they have life headed to another day. Game 5 is tonight. Aaron Judge, talk to me.
We just know, what's at stake. We're playing for our lives, so. It really doesn't matter what happens. We just got to continue to play our game like I told you guys yesterday. Just focus on what we can do, and we'll be where we want to be.
All right, of the 24 teams to trail the World Series 3-0, 21 of them were swept. The Yankees now, of course, are ahead of that pace. They're still up against a history that no team has ever accomplished. No team has ever gone down 3-0 in the World Series and even forced a Game 6. So if they win tonight, that would be something no team has ever done. I know what everyone is yelling. Oh, didn't the Red Sox come back? Yes, that wasn't in the World Series. We're talking specifically about the World Series. Let's talk about that guy. Let's talk about Aaron Judge. Yes. He is one of the great power hitters in the history of the sport. In your experience, as one of the greatest hitters in the history of your sport, can just that one moment, that one RBI single last night, can that actually turn his whole series around?
Absolutely. And it wasn't just the single, Greeny. It was all the at-bats. I mean, he didn't have a swing and miss. He didn't have a chase. The whole storyline coming into this thing was he was not hitting pitches, not being able to swing at pitches. I mean, he was a completely different hitter. And what I appreciate about this hit is, oh my gosh, it was like you saw the shoulders just go down. The relief of, guess who's getting the job done? Not me. The pressure is not on me. We've scored runs from the bottom of our order. Finally, the Yankees offense woke up, and what did that allow Aaron Judge to do? Be himself. Take pitches off the plate and finally say, if they walk me, fine. You give me a strike, I'm going to get an RBI single. And
so now they give the ball to their very expensive ace, Garrett Cole, who goes to the mound, who pitched well in Game 1, in a game that obviously we all saw how that ended with a dramatic home run at the very end. Do you expect Cole and the Yankees to win tonight? And again, do something no team has ever done, and that is force a Game 6 from a 3-0 hole in the World Series.
Yes, and I'm looking at one thing. I want to see him elevate the fastball. This is a huge part of his game, but he's got to do it against the Dodgers. This has been the pitch that they've chased. They don't chase a whole lot, but they will chase velocity up in the zone. This has been the weakness for them. Of course, unless you're Shohei Ohtani. He's the only one that's been chasing pitches down in the zone and the breaking ball. But everything else, when it is elevated, that has been what the Dodgers have struggled with. No one does it better when you look at the Yankees rotation than Garrett Cole. Yes, he has had the postseason that we've talked about, but honestly, for him to go against them, it's got to be about that elevated fastball.
Okay, we'll see if he can get it done. Again, no team has ever forced a Game 6. We'll see if the Yankees are able to send this one back to L.A. Outstanding, Jess Mendoza. Next, back to the football crew. Let's play a game of fifth.
And what a game it was. The Yankees showed heart and resilience with big moments from Volpe, Wells, and even Judge, reminding us all what this team is capable of. This win keeps the dream alive, with Cole ready to take the mound tonight in what promises to be an epic Game 5. It's all about one game at a time, and we can feel the momentum shifting. Don't miss a second. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for every moment as the Yankees push to make history. And don't forget to like and subscribe for the best and latest updates. Yankees pride.